everybody, welcome to another week of Pilates plus Physio. Thanks so much for joining me again. Hair gets longer and longer, but hopefully soon we'll be getting a little bit more back to normal. So you need your mat, your yoga brick and your stretchy band today if you've got some. So starting off right up in standing, feet about hip width apart. Just really think of lengthening through the hips, open out the shoulders, gently tuck in the chin. Imagine that nice bright balloon coming from the back of your head, taking you up towards the ceiling. And maybe just start off gently taking the weight from one foot to the other. So just sort of tuning in, feeling your feet on the ground. So it doesn't need to be a big movement, just gently shifting the weight onto one side, back through the middle onto the other side. Just nice and smooth. That's good, and then come back into the middle and maybe take the weight forward, so more weight going through your toes, and bring your weight back, more weight through the heels, and again, more weight coming through the toes, back through the heels, and then just give both arms a really good shake. Shake them right out, and then you can hold on if you want to, just give one leg a really good shake, get the foot wiggling on the end, and then swap to the other leg. So feel your foot on the floor, get your balance, give the foot a good shake. Great, okay, both feet down, and just start gently twisting from one side to the other. So letting your arms just sort of swing, turn your head as well. If you're dizzy, if you've got vertigo, keep your head still, or if your neck's a little bit irritable, you can keep your head still. Otherwise, twisting one way, just warming up that twisting movement. See if you can feel anything going on through your feet. So you should be just getting a gentle shift of weight from one side of your foot to the other. Now maybe keep your head still, so fix your eyes on something straight ahead, keep gently swinging the arms, just warm up that gentle twisting movement. Lovely, okay, come back into the middle, bring both arms out in front, so shoulders nice and relaxed, and just think of taking your fingers back on one hand, so you're pointing with your fingertips and you're just going to go right the way around, so it's like you're sort of directing your body all the way around, as far as you can behind you, and then bring the wrist back forwards. Other side, so fingers back, think of almost like you're sort of a fish going right the way around behind you. See if you're going about the same amount both sides. So fingers back, follow your hand with your head, twist round, twist round, twist round. Good, and come all the way back. And going with the other side, fingers back, fingers going forward. If you get sort of pins and needles tingly in the wrist, then just release the fingers back a little bit. And just going one more on each side. Right round, right round. See if you're going a little bit further now than you were when you started. Fingers back, right the way round. Lovely, okay. Come back to the front. Bring the arms down, maybe bring your feet a little bit closer together. Stand nice and tall and just come up onto your tiptoes. So ankles staying together. Imagine a tennis ball tucked just between those knobbly ankle bones. You're just holding that there and releasing down. So up onto the toes. Get the calf muscles really working. Hold there if you can. And down. Okay, this time up onto your toes. Thumbs up, float the arms right the way up to the roof. Bring the arms all the way down and drop the heels. And again, up onto your toes. Oops. Up onto your toes. Thumbs up, arms out, and come down. heels down, and just one more, onto your tiptoes. Think of a string from the top of your head, just gently lifting you up towards the ceiling. Float the arms up, bring the arms down, heels down. A little bit of balancing, so stand tall, feel one foot on the floor, string on the knee, bring the knee up in front. So easier off the mat than on the mat, or easier on a hard floor than a nice thick carpet. Aim not to hold on if you can help it. And swap legs. So feel the bottom of your foot on the ground before you start. Try and think of that pathway between your head and your foot. Messages going up and down. That'll tell them which muscles need to work to coordinate you to stay balanced over that one foot. Lovely. Pop that one leg down onto the other foot. Those feeling clever, you could try just a little hip and knee bend and back up. And again, little hip and knee bend, press into your foot, back up. And again, little hip and knee bend, back up. Swap legs, feel your foot on the floor, float the knee up. You can just stick with that, or little hip and knee bend, back up. And again, little way down, back up. And again, little way down, back up. One more, little way down. Come all the way back up. Great. Okay. And then lie yourself down on the mat, just in the relaxation position. So you're lying on your back, knees bent, head on a thinner block or a pillow if you're more comfortable like that, or a little towel. And just let yourself sink down into the floor a moment. So you've got your knees bent. Maybe just rest both hands across your upper tummy. So just below your ribs. You should be able to feel your ribs and they come up into a little V. Just rest your hands there. Just gentle breathing. Lovely. Okay. We'll start with just a gentle sort of core engaging exercise. So both hands up towards the roof. A little bit of a hollow through your lower back. We'll start with taking the same arm back as the leg slides down. So your right arm goes back, your right leg slides down the mat, left arm down beside you and back up. Left arm and left leg, right arm down beside you. So just nice and smooth. Imagine you've got that bowl of water or something sitting on your lower tummy. That's staying balanced there. It's not slopping from side to side. Toes up towards you. Really press out through your foot. That's good. Keep going. Just normal breathing. Okay, and maybe let's switch to a diagonal. So your right arm goes back, your left leg either slides down the mat or just an inch or so above the floor. Left arm, right leg. Right arm, left leg. Remember, if you get in a muddle, just stop and just doing your own thing. You know, arm back, leg out. Lower tummy just very gently dropping in. Maybe both arms back, one leg down. Both arms back, the other leg down. Sore shoulders, you can just do arms going up, you know, slightly back over your head rather than all the way back. That's good. Okay. You could then do both legs down, both arms back. So if your mat is sort of sticky, you could roll the mat up and slide your feet along the floor. If your mat's quite smooth, you might be able to just do it without moving the mat. So both arms back, slide the legs down, toes up towards you at the end. So think about that little bit of a hollow through your lower back. That's not getting any bigger, whether you've got the arms up towards the ceiling or back over the top of your head. And a couple more of those. Great, okay. Finish the one you're doing, pop your arms down beside you. Maybe put one hand just between your lower back and the mat, or just imagine you've got a couple of those little tiny nice lint Easter eggs left over. Someone hasn't eaten. You're just going to tuck them between your lower back and the floor. So the aim is not to crush them into the mat at the moment, and we're just doing folding one leg up, so the hip is bending, your knee stays at about the same angle. And place the leg down and switch to the other side. So it's just a knee fold, back staying neutral. So if you're feeling with your hand, there shouldn't really be any change in pressure between your back and your fingers on the floor when the leg comes up or when the leg goes down. Okay, you can make that a little bit harder by just gently press your back into your fingers. So not hard, you're just slightly increasing that pressure. Float one leg up, float the second leg up, first leg down, second leg down, other leg first. One up, smooth movement as the second one comes up, first one down, second one down. So you're more likely to sort of arch off your back as you start to lower the legs, and you're more likely to really flatten down more as you bring the legs up. So just focusing on what's happening through your lower back. Keep breathing, nice normal breaths. And just going one more of those. Good, maybe bring the legs up once more. Cross your ankles, hold the knees. A little bit of gentle rocking, knees towards your chest. So just getting that lower back now, gently bending as you rock. Just nice and smooth, you're not pulling too hard, it's just the gentle rhythmic rocking. Great, okay. Pop your feet down and then pop both hands underneath your head. Elbows right back and wide. We're just doing a little curl up. So tuck the chin in, engage your pelvic floor muscles, curl your head and shoulders up, look down over the top of the knees. So when you're up there, then bring one hand, point your fingers to your ankle, other hand, fingers to your ankle, first hand back to your head, second hand back to your head, release back down. So tuck the chin in very gently first, use the tummy, curl up, one hand down, other one down, one back, other one back, release. And again, little chin nod, curl up. Watch you're not gripping at the back of the knees. One hand points to your ankle, other one, first hand back, second hand back, release down. And again, little chin nod. Slide your ribs down your front. One hand down, second one down. First hand back, other hand back, and release. And again, tuck in the chin, curl up. One down, other one down. First hand back, second hand back. Release all the way to the floor. Great, just let your neck release. Roll your head right over one way, all the way back the other way. Just gentle rolling your head. Great, okay, and then turn over so you're lying on your tummy. So, hands together underneath your forehead. Just flatten right down on the mat. Maybe just give your bottom a gentle wriggle from one side to the other. Chin tucking in. A swimming leg, float one leg off the floor. Hold it there. And release down. And on the other side, float the leg up. Use your buttock. Remember, if you give that buttock a prod, it should be really nice and firm. Think of just lengthening out through the leg. And then it just floats up. Watch that the shoulders aren't joining in. Okay, change that a little bit. Maybe bend one knee, just to about a right angle. Then lift the thigh, a couple of inches. Thigh down, lower leg down. So bend first, lift the thigh, pop it down, release down. So bend first, lift your thigh off, hold it there, thigh down, leg down, and again, bend. Don't lift too high, maybe your hip doesn't go very far behind you, but it needs to go a little way for normal walking. Okay, bend one leg up and then just move your foot in and out. So a little bit like your leg is kind of waving in the wind. So it's going out to the side, coming back up to the top, and then going across the other leg a little bit. So your knees are about a right angle, and you're just getting that leg waving. So you're really getting a deep rotation right up in your hip joint. So to think about keeping the bottom level, or your pelvis level, or think about the front of your pelvis, front of the hips, staying stuck on the ground. Nice one for the hip, just really gets it twisting, rotating. One of the movements that kind of disappears quite early if you start getting a little bit of wear in the hip. Okay, pop that leg down, bend the other one up. Same on the other leg, let it drop out and then bring it across the first leg. So just see if you can feel if they're both moving the same amount. It's quite hard because obviously you can't see it, so you're just having to feel how far your lower leg is moving. And it's often when the lower leg is dropping out, obviously then the hip is turning in. That's the movement that often disappears the most. That's good. Okay, maybe keep that leg up, reach behind you, grab your foot, your ankle, your trousers, pull your heel towards your bottom. So front of the thigh, front of the hip stretch. If you're not happy doing it in this position, you could turn onto your side and do it there. If you can't reach, just cross the ankles over, push one leg up with the other one. So front of the thigh, front of the hip stretch. Keep the tummy gently engaging, because obviously this front of the thigh muscle is attaching onto the front of your pelvis, so you don't want to be pulling your pelvis into a sort of forward tilt. Okay, let that go. Swap legs. Bend up, grab your foot, ankle, trousers, or cross your ankles over, push one leg up with the other. Think of pressing the front of your hip down into the mat. Nice stretch. Keep that front of the hip length. Great, okay. Let that release. Maybe come up onto hands and knees. Knees under the hips. Fingers nice and wide, tuck the toes underneath. Take your bottom up towards the ceiling. So like a down dog in yoga, just pedal out through the feet. So drop one heel to the ground, drop the other heel to the ground. Nice stretch through the calf. Just go easy with this one if you've got sciatic pain, because it's quite a sciatic nerve tensioner. So it's nice getting that Achilles and whole calf muscle and right down the back of the leg to lengthen. Nice bit of weight going through the arms as well. It helps keep those arm bones good and strong. Great, okay, let the knees come down. Knees apart, big toes together, bottom right back to your heels. Just like a child pose. Breathe into the back of your ribs. Lovely, okay. Bring the knees back underneath. Take the knees back a little bit and just lower yourself really slowly down towards the floor. Good. I've been trying to do a press up for the last few weeks, but still haven't managed it, so we're not doing any press ups. So hands underneath your shoulders, just press into your hands, just coming up into like a little yoga cobra and coming down. And again, press into your hands, peeling your chest up away from the mat and down, and again. Nice one, just really gets your back arching backwards, and then back up, two hands and knees, bottom just back to your heels. If your knees don't like it, maybe curl on your side, bring your knees to your chest, bottom all the way back. Breathe into the back of your ribs. Great. Uncurl back up. Turn back onto your back a moment. So knees bent, feet down flat. And just fold both legs up. So bring one up, bring the other one up. Hold behind one thigh. Back flat into the floor. Just touch one foot down to the mat and bring it back up. Swap the hands over, touch your foot down to the floor and bring it back up. Swap the hands, so hold behind the thigh, keep the knee bent, touch the foot down. Good, so you can stick with that or hold behind the thigh, straighten one leg, lower it to the floor, keep it straight, lift it back up, bend the knee, swap your hands over. Straighten the leg, keep your back in imprint, lower that leg to the ground, bring it back up, bend the knee, swap the hands, straighten, and you lower, you come back up, and you bend, straighten, lower, back up, and bend, straighten, lower, back up and bend. One more. Straighten, lower the leg all the way to the mat. Just touch, back up and bend. Cross your ankles, hold the knees. A little bit of gentle knee rocking. Great, okay. Pop your feet back down on the mat. Grab the brick, we're just going to do brick under the bottom, give things a really nice stretch out. So block underneath your bottom, should be a nice flat place to put it. One leg down, other leg down, let the feet really flop. Fingers linked, palms up to the ceiling, arms back over the top of your head. And just breathe. So let the feet flop. Think of letting the front of the thighs just release and let go. Breathing down into the tummy. Really nice one for your back, just gets it a little bit of traction, a little bit of backwards arching because we will do too much bending forward. Okay, bring the arms all the way down, slide one leg up, slide the other one up, press your feet into the floor, ease your bottom off the brick, brick out, bottom down, gather up the legs. If you can remember which way you crossed your ankles last time, see if you can do it the other way. Hold the knees, gentle rocking, knees to your chest. So now you're getting your back gently bending, whereas on the brick you're getting it gently arching. Nice gentle rocks. Good, good. And then pop your hands underneath your head, or if you find you pull on your head and neck, you could put your hands on your forehead. Elbows back and wide, we're doing a reverse curl, so you're curling your bottom off the floor and down. So don't worry if it doesn't move very much. And really think of your lower tummy doing the work, so it's not the legs flinging over the top. If you don't like that, you could uncross the legs, press your back into the ground, touch one heel to the floor. As that leg's coming up, the other one's going down. So the legs are sort of passing in mid-air. A bit like one of those funicular car things. One's going up as the other one comes down. Or you're sticking with your curling. Great. Okay, hold the knees again. This time maybe take them in a little circle. Going around one way. Circle going round the other way. And then pop your feet down. Knees together, ankles together. Arms right out to the sides. So about shoulder height or a little bit lower. Back of the shoulders on the mat, and just drop your knees right over one way. Turn your head the opposite way. So just let the knees really drop, so it's a nice twisting stretch. Getting a little bit of a stretch maybe at the front of your shoulder. Good. Scoop in the tummy, knees back up into the center. Turn your head the opposite way, let the knees drop again. Great. Draw the tummy in, knees back up into the middle. Either turn onto your side, come up to sitting, or hold behind the thigh, tuck the chin in and roll up. If you're a bit stiff through your back or your hips, you're probably better sitting up on the brick or your book. Maybe just take both legs right out as wide apart as you can. Aim to sit tall, right up on your bottom bones, so it should be an inner thigh stretch. Knees down flat if they'll go, don't worry if they won't. So, little halo above your head, think of reaching up into that. Just watch you're not sort of letting your lower back slump. And you're not rocking off your bottom bones, you're sitting right up tall. Lovely. Bring the legs back in, come slowly up into standing. Stand nice and tall. And take both arms right up above your head. Grab your right wrist with your left hand, pull your right arm longer, lean left, so lovely side bending stretch. Keep that right heel pressing into the floor. And back to the top. Grab your left wrist, pull your left arm a bit longer, lean to your right. So arm about on your ear if you can. Great, back up to the top, lengthen all the way out through your arms, slide the shoulders up and let them drop, and again slide up and let them release. Well done. That's another half an hour of gentle core engaging, gentle stretching. Should make you feel a lot better. Hopefully see you again next week. Bye for now.